Well, today, my friends, we have a special presentation. As many of you know, members of our Sangha were inspired by the Walk for Peace when the monks left Fort Worth and walked to Washington, D.C. So members of our community were inspired. So they banded together and they all drove out to Washington, D.C. to be there to receive and welcome the monks to Washington, D.C. And I hope I'm not stealing anybody's thunder, but one of the amazing things about this is that the hotel that they wound up renting turned out to be the actual hotel that the monks were staying in. So there were many wonderful synchronicities and coincidences that occurred for our community and our members of our Sangha that went. And so we're going to open up their presentation with a video that they actually, the video includes all of the pictures and the video is all taken by them. So this is nothing stock taken off of the internet. It was all done by them. And so we're going to share this. And also, and Ken, oh, thank you so much. And Ken and Nancy as well were also there. And so we're going to open the presentation with this video. And then afterwards, we're going to invite our Peace Pilgrims up to share some, not so much like a travel blog, but more about how this whole experience touched them. So with that, we're going to go ahead and start the video.
From the heat of Texas sun to the cold of Virginia snow, venerable monks in a loca walk on. 2,300 miles, 110 days. Step by step, breath by breath, spreading peace, love, and harmony all the way to Washington, D.C.
And then when we live that way, even though we have this world, even though we live like right now as a human being, but if we keep doing that to ourselves, it's just like we live in somewhere that is really, really suffer, let's say hell. If we keep on living that way, we suffer, even though we are human beings. Which human being shouldn't be suffering like that? We deserve better. Don't let people try to say something, do something to control us. Slavery's time has been gone. And we don't need to think of it. We don't need to hold on into those anger and hatred.
I got a torch of flowers.
What are we walking for?
Peace.
When do we want it?
Now.
Yes.
Suffering along the way, walk for peace until peace within us. Step by step, the world may change closer to serenity. Bring us to the unity.
This is the moment in front of me. I see thousands and thousands of people here. That you actually let go of everything to come here to join this mission together. This is the moment where you slow down. The moment where you stop from doing everything else. Just for one thing together here. Peace.
That looks amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Oh my.
Look where we are. Look at where we are. It's a new dawn. It's a new day.
A new peaceful day.
Yes. Going upstream.
Suffering along the way, walk for loving.
Let's welcome up our peace pilgrims. Thank you guys so much. Your video was wonderful.
Good morning, Sangha.
Good morning.
We wanted to bring you all with us, so hope you enjoyed that. It still continues, doesn't it? It's very much alive in our hearts. I have to stick to the script because there's so much I could say, and if any of you want to grab a coffee with me and I'll share with you more, I will. I'd love to, actually. All right, well, so that opening scene in the lobby there, that's the one I want to share with you today. So we arrived on their 106th day of their walk for peace. And after they had been walking, I think it was like 12 miles a day in 17-degree weather that day, that was their hardest day. They walked through the lobby there like, let me just stick to the script here. They walked into the hotel lobby where we were staying, and they came in from the cold wrapped in their robes, hats, gloves, boots, and they were smiling. They were radiant. They were joyful and they were peaceful, and it was so moving. I stood there in awe, tears just flowing. Something was melting away. I didn't even understand. It was just so deep. I had been watching them prior to this for months on screen, and now suddenly here I am experiencing them in real time with my whole body. You know, you can read about something and then it's totally different when you experience it. It was as if they were untouched by the cold. They didn't look hardened. They didn't look irritated. They didn't look depleted. They looked beautiful, regal, strong, steady, peace embodied, wrapped in saffron and burgundy. And in that moment, everything fell away, and peace was all there was. I realized how much of my life I had spent resisting the weather of my life, discomfort, disappointment, conflict, disagreement, the small irritations of daily life. But they were not resisting the weather. They were walking through it with steadiness, with love, with joy. And that's what pierced me. Peace isn't fragile. It's not dependent upon comfortable conditions. Peace is something I can carry through it all. And in that moment, I understood peace doesn't come to us or to me. It comes through us, through me. When I'm willing to walk through my own storms without losing my center. Venerable Bhikkhu Panyakara asked us to write every day, today is going to be my peaceful day, and to say it out loud after we write it. Not because the weather will be easy, but because I am choosing how I will walk through it. That night in the hotel, I cried myself to sleep, filled with peace, under the same roof with the venerable monks. So my practice now is to carry that peace and let it move through me. Thank you.
There's so many beautiful moments that we experienced through this trip. The one that touched me the most was actually walking to the Lincoln Memorial. And so I'm sort of at the other arc end of hers. In 1969, I was young and I was very, very angry. And I walked against the war and I walked against racism. There was a lot of fist pumping, a lot of angry chanting. And now I'm at the other end of my life's arc, and I'm certainly not young, but I'm also not angry. And that's because of this practice. So there were hundreds of us walking, and Bhikkhu always talks about inner peace. But I really, really felt a sense of this collective peace. We walked through snowbanks and helped each other and didn't know each other. It was calm. It was joyful. And I never saw a single sign that was political or negative. All I heard over and over again was thank you, sadhu, sadhu. That was really overwhelming for me. Also, it gives me hope, given the situation we're in right now, the mess. There really is a way to respond to this messy world differently. And I think, as you said, this is going to continue. I think this is going to be a growth, hopefully, in our country and in the world. So we weren't just walking in peace, we were walking for peace. But it was a wonderful experience. Thank you.
Well, I have a serious message, but I need to start my share a little less serious. I'm going to start where Steph started, in the hotel. After navigating snowbanks and police barricades, and Steph parked on top of a hill of ice and snow, the other three of us jumped out of the car with our bags and ran into the hotel. We were arriving at the same time the monks were arriving. So it was kind of chaos, but still very peaceful. And so here comes Steph walking in after the rest of us received our keys and in our little packages. And by the way, the little packages our keys were in is what my little drawings were in. So they were little teeny tiny, not big like the screen. But so we were a bit flustered, and here comes Steph. I need a key just to show the police I'm staying here. So we handed her the key and looked up, and our clerk joyfully said, "Oh, the Cutive Collective." So we had our names, and from that moment on, we knew we were exactly where we were supposed to be. So as I traveled with my Sangha friends, the Cutie Collective, to witness the monks completing their work for peace, I expected it to be meaningful, but I didn't expect it to be so moved by the people. It's like Lisa and everybody said, it's the people that were there walking, and they were peaceful. We waited for hours at the National Cathedral, and it was cold, but it didn't feel like it was very long at all. And standing together on the front line, strangers became friends, like we saw in the pictures. You know, you saw us, but you saw other people, women and men with us. You saw the clerk right at the beginning. And then I'll mention one other person here in a second. Everybody was talking, and there was just kindness and just presence. Total love. To reach the cathedral, the monks walked for 180 days, a sacred number symbolizing spiritual completeness and wholeness. But what struck me was this, and I've heard it already said, the completion wasn't the end of their walk. The completion is now in us. And one of my favorite moments was seeing a teacher from Canada who brought a poster created by her young children. And she was the second person you saw with us in the video. And her little poster created by our 5 and 7-year-olds was tiny footprints and dog prints. And then they asked her to write thank yous in all different languages. For me, that felt like wholeness. And me seeing our little guys here at the temple a couple of weeks ago, actually before we even went, they walked in silence for peace. And I'd never seen those little kids be so quiet. I mean, we didn't have to tell them. They just did it. So there is hope, and hope is within our Sangha. What this member of the Cutie Collective brought home is this. Peace is cultivated within, and that's through our practice. And when we carry it with love, it spreads. So the walk may be finished in DC, but the journey continues with us, with you and with me, here in this sacred room, where the energy of love, you and I receive from our Sangha is just as powerful as what I saw in Washington, D.C. So thank you, and that's all.
When I first understood that we were going to Washington, this was Steph's, she was the real leader in making all this happen. I thought, okay, peace. I'm cool with that. I'm good. I got peace. Let's hope everybody else who doesn't have it, catches on. And I realized pretty quickly that I was really wrong. I had so much more to learn about peace, and that really peace is it's about a mindfulness practice. And so over the days, peace became really personal, not this external, I'm for peace, I'm against war, I'm against taking up arms type of. It's really this internal journey into peace. So I came to understand I was being invited to set down my resistance to what is. My resistance, anger, frustration, resentments, baggage. That really what Bhikkhu was asking us to do was just to set it all down. And that was such a gift. So I realized that I don't really want to be against anything. I want to be for what I believe in and what I feel in my heart. I want to be for peace. I want to be for justice. I want to be for love. I want to be the change I wish to see in the world, and just let the rest fall away. When we stood near the monks, it was as if this armor around all of our hearts just fell away. Not just the four, it was a big weep fest, I'm telling you. We just wept. It seemed like for days. So who's got Kleenex? Oh, we all, here's Kleenex. But that was the power of their presence. It kind of gave everybody permission. It bypassed the brain. It's like we don't need a reason to have these wide open hearts. It just burst through and opened our hearts so wide. And I was like, how can I keep this feeling? I know that's grasping, but I was still, I wanted to keep it. So I thought, well, I just have to maintain this open heart. And how do I do that? Set all the resentment down and just walk in peace. I learned that at a deeper level, that peace doesn't begin when war, anger, discord, hurt, resentment, etc., end. I have to choose peace first in order for all of my suffering and all of our suffering to fall away. I had it all backwards. So the monk's invitation, as I understand it, is this, open to all of us. Choose peace. Choose peace in your heart right now with this imperfect world, with all the imperfect people, with our own imperfect selves. To walk for peace is to choose. It's to set our intention. Today is going to be my peaceful day, and mean it and walk it. That's what I learned. Thank you for giving us this time to share with you all.
Thank you so much, Peace Pilgrims. We so appreciate all your efforts. The video is wonderful. And of course, Steph and Lisa and Linda and Jen are around. And so if you want to chat with them right after the service, by all means, please do so. Thank you, guys.